Hello and welcome everybody. Thank you for joining me. I'm Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com and I've got this week's Pick a Card weekly tarot reading. Here are the cards. It's very simple. Just pick a number now between 1 and 5. I'll do a psychic tarot interpretation for you. We're just finished the Virgo full moon, so it's a great time to be organising and being very systematic about being efficient and detailed, getting things done around the house, new procedures and stuff like that. So make the most of it while you can. Certainly true for me anyway. That's what I've been doing. Let's go to the board right now. Here we go. We're going to start and we're doing card number 1. Card number 1. Closing my eyes. Oh, I'm out in space now, out in the spiritual world. What do I see for card number 1? I see the Sydney Opera House. This is particularly important for Australians then, or if you have any connection with Australia. Okay, what I'm seeing is a ladder going up into space, so it's a great time this week to be evolving and raising your spiritual vibration. I'm looking for something else now for the rest of the world. There's a woman here with like speech bubbles coming out of her mouth. Communications is very important. The speech bubbles are brown and they look like sewage. Sewage is the first word that comes into my head. If you're in the rest of the world, not so much for Australia, but be aware if people are talking S-H-I, you know that word, which I'm probably not allowed to say on YouTube, I don't know. But if they're talking that, then, you know, forewarned is forearmed. Don't listen, of course, just cut the conversation short, because you don't want to lower your vibration by listening to people that talk SH, you know. The card that comes out is the Emperor card. Okay, some people don't like this card, but on this occasion it might be useful. This is about taking control. Maybe you need to take control of the conversations a bit more. If you're not happy with what's being spoken of, then, you know, move on. Enjoy your day. You don't have to get involved emotionally. This can be somebody also who is laying the law down. It could be someone who is quite controlling and dominating in some way. If you're at work, you may get a boss like this, a new boss, or, you know, maybe even if it's the same boss, then you know, he might decide he's going to be more firm about something. Also, what comes to my mind is government departments, something about updating their procedures, changing the rules around any benefits that you might receive from government departments. That reminds me, actually, you know, there's in Australia, I can say, I don't know about other countries, there's lots of rebates and money available for different things. Go on and check, like for example, solar installations, solar battery installations. If you're in business, there's lots of research grants available, but you have to do it in a certain way and you might need help to do that. But you have to play by the rules. That's what this is all about. If you play by the rules, you might find that there could be some money coming your way, or some help, you know, some assistance in some way. It's a major arcana, it's pretty important. Okay, the second card, what do I see? The second card, Abraham Lincoln sitting here. Yeah, you know, he sits on that chair with his arms by his side. I think a Mount Rushmore, but that's really only the head. I think this is in the capital, Washington DC. Let me know in the comments, because I just can't remember. It's been a while since I've been to the States now. I must go back pretty soon. But anyway, I'm seeing Abraham Lincoln. It's all about freedom and liberation, particularly if you have any ties to the US. The card, you know, or whatever Abraham Lincoln means to you, okay, emancipation and fairness, justice, all of those sorts of things. The card that comes out for number 2 is the Eight of Swords. In some way you may have felt trapped, and Abraham Lincoln was all about releasing those people that felt trapped. Okay, so you'll notice here the ropes that are binding, the ties that bind, are fairly loose. They're not tight, they're sort of hanging down a little bit. There is a bit of wiggle room for escaping any uncomfortable situation. Okay, you'll see all the swords here in the ground. They're grounded in physical reality. Sometimes Eight of Swords can be around your thoughts, to do with the ways that you entrap yourself. Okay, maybe you have a lot of overthinking that's going on, and there's something here in your thought processes that is basically keeping you stuck in the same old situation. But you can get free. There is wiggle room. So I encourage you, maybe talk to somebody who may have a different view of, you know, the situation. They may have some alternative facts, so to speak, or a way of reframing the situation in a more positive light and freeing you from your behavioural patterns that are keeping you enslaved. Okay, even though on the face of it this looks pretty negative, once you find out what that is, the way that you trap yourself, or the way that you feel trapped because you think somebody else is trapping you, once you work out what that is, it's really quite positive, because once you know, then you can get free. Okay, number 3, speaking of free, number 3. Okay, what do I see for you this week if you pick card number 3? Got a picture here, but I don't know what it means. Oh, okay, now I do. I'm stepping back. I was too close. Sometimes it's like looking in a microscope and then you can't put the pieces together. It's a horse. I'm looking at a horse's belly. Okay, and putting a saddle on a horse and this big belly, could be like a pregnant mare. And so horses are all about horsepower. And if the mare is pregnant, or she's just fat, I don't know. I'm just looking, I suspect she's pregnant. I don't think it's fat. It means that there's more power about to be born into your life. It's up to you to ride the horse. Okay, it's not an easy horse to ride, I don't think. It's a bit flighty, and you better hold on because she could go really, really fast. However, this means more power is about to be born into your life, and it's up to you to ride this, take control of the situation and decide the direction you want to go with this power. Okay, the card that comes up is the Eight of Swords. Sorry, it's the Five of Swords. I was getting confused because I was looking at that. Five of Swords. Okay, the power. This is the power. Someone with power over you, or perhaps it's the masculine part of yourself that has power over you. The feminine's not getting a look in here. This is very similar to the Eight of Swords, but this is the Five of Swords. So it's about submission, submitting to the power. When are you going to decide that you don't want to submit? Because it's up to you. Ball's in your court. As long as you're going along with this, then it's going to continue. You will see in the background these scissors or secateurs. This is basically saying cut this relationship, okay? Cut it. Or whatever aspects of a certain relationship where you feel dominated or you feel in a submissive sort of position to the other person. Yes, we can talk about other people, and you'll see here this masculine energy is wearing this blue. That's all about intuition. He's listening to his intuition, and that's really basically telling him to take power over you, but you don't have to put up with it. The other thing I want to say, though, you know, if you take control of your life, then he won't be able to do that. But we're talking all about the external there. You've got to look within and see what part of it, what part of you is driving yourself into submission. Once you become aware of that, and it might be something like an addiction, you know, It could be food, it could be overwork, it could be running, it could be, with food too, it could be health, the idea of alternative eating and being, eating healthily. That could be driving you and forcing you into submission. So it's not black and white. The other thing, this is a silly thing, often when you fill out a form it says submit at the bottom. Whenever I push that submit button, I always say never. I will never submit. So just be aware that if you are filling out forms and you hit that submit button, then you're giving yourself, you're like programming yourself, you're giving yourself the message of submission. So it's got dual meanings, and we don't really want dual meanings going into our subconscious, because we don't know how our subconscious is going to take it, do we? Okay, so counter, whenever you see something like that, counter it with another thought, and it's I am strong and I do not submit. But really, in your subconscious, you want to try and keep it positive, okay? So rather than say I do not submit, I am strong, I am free, or something like that, whenever you see a word like that. Okay, number 4. Sorry, I go off on a tangent sometimes. Number 4, what do I see? Number 4. Okay, there's a person here with a torch walking down. It's like in the ground, along sort of dark cave-like kind of structure, and walking down, going down. This is all about going down in your body. You have to ask yourself here, I'm going down into my body, what am I going to find? Is there something here? I could find sunken treasure, or I could find skeletons from the past, I could find anything. So go on the journey, be prepared to have your eyes opened. Sometimes it's a bit scary because you don't know where it's going to go, but you've got the light of your awareness. So look at your dreams, meditate, and look within. The card that comes up is the Two of Wands. It's basically saying this week is a great week for stepping forward, for taking a risk, because the barriers around you are less than usual. You can step out of your confining box this week. The Two of Wands can also indicate there's some sort of decision to be made, but it can lead to freedom. So I'd be really going for it. You need to take action. If you do absolutely nothing, then you miss an opportunity, a golden opportunity to free yourself. You see, this week it seems, look at these cards, the theme seems to be about freedom and liberation this week, doesn't it? Okay, number 5 is alive. Number 5 is alive. What do I see? I'm in the car and I'm the driver. Oh, wow. No, I'm not the driver, but okay, I must be in America, because I'm sitting in the right-hand side and the driver is on the left-hand side. So the feminine's in control here, but I'm being quite logical about this. So, and I'm not in control, but that's okay. I'm the passenger. I can be a passenger sometimes, that's fine. And anyway, the view, I can see it's like Disneyland, it's like castles and all these magical things. And so it's a very spiritual kind of energy. I'm approaching it in quite a logical way, however, and I'm just letting spirit take over, and I'm along for the ride, basically. Then I'm out in space and I see satellites, so it's all about sending signals and receiving signals, which are spiritual signals. Okay, the card for number 5 that comes up is the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, what goes around comes around. The Wheel of Fortune always turns. It's like the zodiac, really, isn't it? So nothing stays the same. This is basically saying that changes on the cards for this week. Maybe don't become so attached to any idea because it might change. So change is always happening. Bring your attention to the opportunities for change. If you've picked card number 5, this is a major arcana. There may be some opportunities that could be life-changing for you. So I say go for it, okay? We only have one major arcana this week, which is very unusual. Usually might have 2. And so, as I said, oh no, we have two. Sorry, we do have two. Sorry, didn't see him down there. Okay, so the theme does seem to be freedom and liberation for all. Changes on the cards. However, you must take action. You see, there's a bit of red. There's no red. Oh, well, it's orange. But there does seem to be a fair bit of red as well. So this suggests to me that you need to take action if you want to be free. Okay, so that's it, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope this is useful. Leave a like and a comment. That would be fabulous. And subscribe and be alive if you're not already subscribed. Have a fantastic week. I'll see you all again soon. Thanks and bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website absolutesoulsecrets.com for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.